population doesn't grow any, just those who move out, enough move in to keep it steady. And the people that move in usually aren't here to start up a great big business because there's not the money here in the town to spend because everyone here is just small ranch people.
Nothing's here. I mean, there's nothing to come back to.
If you look around, there's a lot of opportunities in other states and other places and a lot of other fields to do business in.
The only thing I have here is the family, and that's been here forever. And I mean, that's the only thing keeping anybody here is like the family that stayed here forever. I mean, what is there? I mean, you've got your school and a couple small businesses in Bentonite, and that's basically it in this town. I mean, there's nothing to stay for.
Class reunions in a lot of the South Dakota schools, like the 20-year reunions and stuff. Sometimes the people that stayed in that community don't go to the reunion because for some reason they're almost maybe embarrassed because they weren't successful at getting out.
For generations, young people in rural America have been taught that success means leaving home and establishing careers in urban centers. In the 1980s, we learned how dangerous this kind of thinking can be. As rural America struggled through farm failures and Main Street closings, some small towns realized they would not survive into the 21st century without effective long-term community planning. But their young people, their hope for survival, appeared unprepared to contribute to their hometowns. A vital resource being exported at the risk of an entire community's future. The Rural School and Community Development Project seeks to change attitudes and provide practical directions for the future.
We in rural America has the best kept secret in the world. It's a quality of life second to none. I believe if we can sell that concept, it'll enhance our economic development.
By making our own community the focus of study, our students start to see their hometowns in new ways. Some of them see roles for themselves in their own community's development. It's been my experience that when students begin to see what's really here, they get excited about the future.
In the fall of 1987, the Mid-Continent Regional Educational Laboratory and Black Hills Special Services Cooperative spearheaded an effort in South Dakota that laid the framework for the Rural School and Community Development Project. School and community leaders agreed to work together. 6 pilot high schools presented their faculty and students as untapped resources for collecting community planning information. Business people opened their doors to students. Main Street became a classroom for understanding the workings of the local economy. The pilot communities, all in western South Dakota, represented different historical and economic backgrounds. So, naturally, project interpretation differed from community to community. The following video sequences outline and provide an overview of the entrepreneurial training programs as they are implemented in the 6 pilot schools and their communities: Buffalo, Edgemont, Custer, Belle Fourche, Hot Springs, and Depression, South Dakota. Buffalo, South Dakota has an approximate population of 500 and is home to the Harding County High School, and it is located in the northwestern corner of South Dakota.
Well, the class periods are 55 minutes long, and on any given day, we have students that are involved in different projects. The projects that we're working on now are casino night, Easter egg hunt, continually working on a business directory, and then our Centennial Bank project. The students are divided into different groups, and of course that places a lot of responsibility on them because I can only be in one place at one time, so they're responsible for their own projects. So in the process of me trying to teach them about Harding County, the students in turn taught me about Harding County, but they also taught themselves.
Most traditional classrooms, the book-oriented, the by the numbers, the rote, these are things, we have to have that type of learning too. But this type of education is the real world for these kids. This is something that they are going to be able to carry over into their life.
This project is good for everybody. It's good for the school, good for the community, and I know it's good for myself.
I've realized that living in a rural community isn't too bad, and you never realize what you have until you start looking around for it.
Edgemont, South Dakota, has an approximate population of 1,500 and is home to Edgemont High School. It is located in the southwest corner of South Dakota.
In Edgemont, we took a different approach to the program of the McCrell people. We had a very negative image at the school and did not have real good school and community relationships. So we decided we wanted to build that relationship first and then expand from that. So we have tried to take a more active role in the community. We have opened up our campus facilities, and we have opened gym to the community, our weight room to the community. Our chorus and band people have gone out, given community concerts, and sang at the retirement center. And this has helped improve our image. We've had 2 students right now that have started a business in town, and they have been recognized by the Chamber of Commerce as honorary members for the remainder of this year. And the business involves a videotape industry where they go out and videotape houses for insurance purposes for fire loss and theft loss.
Well, I think the training that a student receives in this area is extremely beneficial. I think the knowledge that they gain, the ability to learn something about entering into a business, into the business world, what it takes, the kind of activity that's necessary, the kind of knowledge, background that's important. I think that it's very beneficial to young people.
Custer, South Dakota has an approximate population of 2,000 people, and it is home to the Custer High School. It is located in western South Dakota.
Each year we try and pick one particular project to focus in on, and last year it was the community survey. And we felt that the information gathered was quite useful to the students and the people in the community who were interested in furthering their own business. This year's plan dealt more directly with students in that each student was to come up with a business that they might be able to run this summer and write a business plan then to get that business off the ground. The program fits into our curriculum because we've been flexible in the way we thought it would fit into our specific school. We have decided that it would fit best into the economics class, and so we have not had any additional books or any additional expenses. We've just made it part of the class by making certain activities directly related to the class. Last year we had 20 students in the class, and this year we have 25 students in the class. So I think the students have seen some of the potential from this type of activity and see the value in it, and therefore they want to take the class.
Belle Fourche, South Dakota has an approximate population of 4,800 people, and it is home to the Belle Fourche High School. It is located in the northwestern corner of South Dakota.
One of the things that is unique about our particular approach is that it is a curricular approach. It's not an extracurricular. Many of the things that we do are done in the actual classroom, and the philosophy is that it should be an actual hands-on approach.
In with that, the students are in charge of their own education. It is their responsibility. They design it. We are guides or resource people. That comes to pass in with the publishing when they publish their own books or they publish real newspaper pieces that are published in local newspapers. They operate the store. The success or failure of that store is theirs. If they do the things they're supposed to, it works. If they don't, it doesn't. They've done a dinner theater. They do a radio show. They have done surveys for the community, that sort of thing. But it's hands-on. They design it, they plan it, and they reap the rewards.
I feel that it's an outstanding program. Really excited about it, and I think it's a program that's long overdue. It really makes sense that we do what we're doing now. It's nothing unusual or nothing extraordinary. It's just practical. It really makes sense.
What this class does for Belle Fourche is that it increases the chances of future businessmen coming in from Belle Fourche and starting their own successful businesses instead of having to depend on people from out of town to come into Belle Fourche.
I guess to me, entrepreneurship means learning more about businesses, how they're run, how to be successful at what you do, And especially, I guess the biggest thing is to learn from all your mistakes.
Hot Springs, South Dakota has an approximate population of 4,800 people, and it is home to Hot Springs High School. It is located in southwestern South Dakota. The Hot Springs program primarily exists within the confines of the Distributive Ed program. It is administered by high school principal Mr. Arlen Nordhagen. The primary focus of the program at Hot Springs has been to bring those elements of entrepreneurial training that are necessary for the students to obtain a better, broader understanding of the current business climates within the community. The future hope for the program is that it will be implemented into the curriculum school-wide and give opportunity for young people to learn more about the community, the school, and themselves. The administration at Hot Springs feels that their program is not as strong nor as positive as it would have been had their initial implementation been more assertive. Presho, South Dakota has an approximate population of 800 and is home to Lyman High School. It is located in west central South Dakota. The Lyman Connection, connecting school, home, and community. Focusing on events and happenings that affect Vivian, Presho, Kennebec, and Reliance, South Dakota, and our school, Lyman High School. At Lyman High School, the band performs many entrepreneurial projects in its day-to-day operation. A weekly television production, a dinner theater, sweatshirt sales, and much more. The band still does all of the things that are expected of a normal high school band program. But the entrepreneurial aspects add new and exciting dimensions to the band program.
In addition to what we do with the Lyman High School Band, we've also implemented several other entrepreneurial training endeavors. The second one would be with the junior class, whereby we've given full management and full ownership to the class of the concessions for basketball and football games. The third is an independent study opportunity for select students from the school to become involved in their own businesses in the community and perhaps walk through the steps of Fast Track. I think this has been good.
This project can fit into any class. Like here in Lyman, we're doing it in band, as an independent study, and a class project. But that doesn't make any difference. What we're really doing here is developing leadership for life and giving life to our community.
In the past, from a community leader, I feel that the community itself has suffered more of a short end of this economic development process. But now, through the rural school and community development program, you're starting to see more of a combined effort between the school and the communities in developing a more rural economic development program, something I feel has been lacking for the past several years.
I feel we've given the community a taste of something that they've never experienced before. Like the Lyman Connection, my uncle, my relatives from other places, they were really amazed. The big schools don't even do things like that, and it really surprised a lot of people.
I think we have some kind of special in the small band.
What we've done so far already has brought a community together. It wasn't like this before.
Yeah.
The Rural School and Community Development Project won quick endorsement from community leaders, South Dakota bankers, and the SBA. A state-level resource committee was formed to determine how the program could be replicated, and at the state level, the Governor's Office on Economic Development became involved. While in each program, the Rural School and Community Development Project has been implemented in different ways, certain characteristics remain constant from site to site. In all towns, alliances have been formed. Alliances between schools, businesses, individuals, and government. In all towns, students are learning about entrepreneurship.
This is an education that few kids get.
The greatest benefit from this class is that the students have to take their own responsibility for their own education.
I feel that it's an outstanding program. Really excited about it. And I think it's a program that's long overdue.
I feel if you cannot be proud of rural America, what can you be proud of?